Yikes. This is not going to be exciting, guys. This will be the last time I leave this building before I come back for surgery. Well, here's to a long 12-week adventure, and I am hoping, if I can, to give you guys every couple of days on that adventure. We'll see what I am feeling up to doing, but yeah, come roll along with us on Adventures with Disabilities, and let's do this, guys. Welcome to today's adventure. It was pre-op day for my lumbar back surgery, and I told all of you that I would have you go right along on this adventure with me. Today I had the pre-op doctor's appointment. I had to go over and get blood labs and get all my stuff set up and ready for surgery. And these crazy people give me this to take before surgery, which I've had 3 surgeries before. I never had to do this. So, like the night before my surgery and the day of my surgery, I have to do this weird stuff. I'll show you in this bag. I don't know what this is. They said for me to read the instructions. There's instructions in here, but I have to wash this all over myself. Maybe some sterilizing solution. I don't know. And then the morning of my surgery, it says in here how to do it because I don't know. I got to take this pre-surgery insured drink like I'm a grandma. So I'm going to be taking this before surgery. I know, am I excited? No, trust me, I'm not. And then I got all my paperwork that you get with surgery. And, oh, you guys, seriously, tomorrow will mark 1 week before I have back surgery. Oh, let me show you this cool contraption. Guys, I get to wear this stylish back brace for like 12 weeks. Are you not excited for my adventure? It's gonna be awesome. Just kidding. It's probably not gonna be awesome, but if I can at least try to make the journey and adventure fun, that'll make all of the difference in my recovery, like my mind and my attitude. If I can keep that where it should be, then I think things will go smoother than expected. Well, I'm on my way to adventure off to run some more errands, but when I get home, we will finish up this video and I will go through the full details of why I'm having back surgery, how I got hit by the car. So, let me finish up what I gotta do here in town, and I will see you guys back here in just a few minutes to discuss why I'm having back surgery. And because there's like video editing software, you'll be back here in 5 seconds. So, I am glad to be home from my pre-op doctor's appointment and being at the hospital to do all that stuff you have to do before surgery next week. Okay, you guys, you ready for why I have to have surgery next week? Prepare yourselves. Craziest story you will ever freaking hear. About 17 to 18 years ago, in my early 20s, my awesome roommate got me this job at a cell phone store. But check this out. I didn't sell cell phones. I was the cell phone. I had to get in this ridiculous cell phone costume. I'll show you pictures. You will die laughing. My job was to stand out on the street and dance around, skip, like whatever I could do, like to get business for the cell phone store. That was my job. I was the person in the hideous, funky, funny, hilarious, huge looking, old school Nokia cell phone, like old school Nokia. I mean, some people, I'll show you the pictures, but some people would literally come up to me and be like, can I make a phone call on this old Nokia 428? And they would press the buttons. You'll see in the photo, there's like buttons on the cell phone and an antenna. Here's the crazy part. My last day on the freaking job, last day. Halfway through my shift, I was just dancing along, waving at cars on the street, and all of a sudden, I went smack straight on the pavement. This cell phone store was in like a parking lot where it had like a grocery store, a cell phone store, a bunch of other little stores all in this huge outdoor complex. And then it had like a huge parking lot for all of it together. And then there was a road right there. So I always stayed closer to the parking lot because I thought to myself, man, these cars drive on this road quick and I don't want to get hit by a car. Jinxed myself with that one. My very last day on the job, I smacked on the pavement, had no clue what had just hit me. So I go back in after coming to, I don't know how long I was lying there. And my boss at the cell phone store was like, you are not allowed to drive home. We're going to ambulance you to the hospital. I don't know what hit you, but something is seriously wrong. And I was complaining of back pain and not feeling well. And they took me in an ambulance. I get to the hospital. While at the hospital, an officer arrives, tells me to tell him from beginning to end what happened to me. And I felt bad because he kept laughing, like he kept pulling the curtain back to laugh and then would come back. So sorry about that, ma'am. This is not a laughing situation, but you were in what kind of a cell phone costume? And so I'm describing him my cell phone costume, which I will show you guys here shortly. And then he'd have to pull the curtain back and he'd start laughing again and then come back. So sorry. I know it's not a laughing matter, but the cell phone part's kind of funny, but not really funny. Sorry about that. So the officer had told me that eyewitnesses came forward from the shopping parking lot and they said this is what they witnessed. A bunch of young teenagers or young adults. They said they looked more teenager age. And there was a high school down the street from this shopping center. A few people came forward in the parking lot and gave statements to the officer that said this car of young kids hit the gas, slammed me from behind. I fell down in the parking lot. And next thing I know, I was being ambulanced to a hospital. The eyewitnesses said that the young kids they saw were laughing as they drove away. I didn't see what hit me. I didn't see a car. All I know is something smacked me from behind so hard that it took me forever to get up off of the ground. Okay, fast forward to 2023 and here I am several years later and I now have to have back surgery. All because a car smacked me. My doctor said, yep, when someone gets a pars defect, it's either childbirth or blunt force trauma to their back. And he said, you getting hit by that car is blunt force trauma. And I guarantee that's where your pars defect came from. Problem was, I didn't have insurance back then because I was a young college student without health insurance. Back in those days, it wasn't required by law that you have health insurance. It was kind of like an elective type thing. So my work didn't offer it. And, sorry guys, my phone was ringing and I want to make this quick. So, they didn't do an MRI on my back. All they did was x-rays and said, oh, you got nothing broken. So just go home for a week and rest up. We'll give you some pills to ease the pain. Maybe you just have a little bit of internal bruising or whatever, but your ribs aren't cracked, so go home and you'll be fine. And actually, I was fine. After I recovered for a couple of weeks, I didn't have any more back pain. It wasn't until years later that I started to get really horrendous back pain. And so my doctor did a bunch of scans, and there they found the pars defect that probably would have been found back then after the accident had they done an MRI. But like I said, I did not have health insurance back then, so they did the bare minimum and sent me on my way. So here we are. Hit and run driver. And I don't know whether to laugh or be mad, because when I show you this photo, you're going to die laughing. Can you imagine? Just imagine to yourself someone in this costume getting hit by a car. It's freaking hilarious. But it's not as funny now because, you know, it was a hit and run. They don't have to pay my medical bills. They don't have to have the back surgery and the long, grueling 12-week recovery. But I'd like to film my journey going through back surgery so that I can share with all you guys what it's like to go endure that journey. And hopefully as we go along this crazy adventure together, we'll learn something along the way. All right, well, we will see you guys back here sometime next week, and you will see me in a surgical gown. Until then, be well, my friends. Don't give up and keep that smile on your face. We're going to rock this back surgery. Maybe, I hope, right? Okay. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week. Catch you all later.